In this final module of Intro to Pre-Quilt, I'm going to show you how you can download your quilt map and all your relevant block information. Now that you're finished designing in Pre-Quilt, it's time to be able to download information that'll help you create the quilt. From the central toolbar, you can click on Download Image, and that'll open up a variety of options. On the right-hand side, you can download the information about the fabric being used, which is A, B, and C. They're all Kona. It'll also show you the blocks that are in your quilt, like the border block and the QST. You'll need 12 of the border, 25 of the QST. You'll need 36 of the sawtooth star block. And then on the far right, we have everything from the sashing. You'll need those 60 12 by 2-inch blocks, the little stripes for A and B. So on the left-hand side, you'll see that this is spinning, and this is going to be a little bit shorter in the video, but it's because this is a very high resolution image of your quilt. You can download that as is, and that'll be saved onto your computer. But we have some other options you can also create, such as the block names. When you click the update button, it will then spin and generate. This is also very high res, so for the editing purposes, I did make it a little faster. And here you can see where it would have been helpful if I had named the border instead of no name, but you'll see in each situation what block goes where. Some of those one patch blocks do come in just all as A, which would be the fabric, but it's still very helpful. You can also create a grid lines, and that will download an image of your quilt with all the images, but it'll have grid lines around the blocks as well as the column numbers, 1, 2, and so forth, which just helps keep things a bit organized when you're making the quilt. And the final option is to download the block outlines, and this will create a line drawing of your entire quilt, kind of like a blank coloring page. And this just helps you to see the construction methods of what this quilt will entail for the sawtooth star and the border, as well as those little sashing cornerstones. And you can download that. So those will all be downloaded onto your computer, wherever your computer is defaulted to save them. And this is what it looks like when you open them. They are very high resolution and great quality, but the sacrifice is that they take a little bit of time. So just be patient, please. But here are each of the options. This one is the one with the grid lines, so you can see where the columns are. And the final one here is the quilt map. So an unblemished image of what your quilt will look like. The last option here is then your fabrics being used and the block information.